Hey everyone, welcome back. Ready for another deep dive?
Always.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Today, we're tackling those AI and digital marketing updates that honestly have been kind of blowing my mind lately. I mean, seriously, how does anyone keep up with all of it?
Right. It's like drinking from a fire hose.
Exactly. So that's what we're here for, to break it down. We've got two big things on the docket today. First up, Google's Gemini 2.0, their latest and supposedly greatest AI model.
Big claims on that one.
And then we'll dig into this Search Engine Land article about a beta for, get this, negative keyword exclusions in Performance Max. Finally.
Yeah, marketers have been clamoring for that one.
For sure. So by the end of this deep dive, you'll know how both of these things, the Gemini stuff and the Performance Max update, could actually practically change your work as a digital marketer. Sound good?
Let's do it.
Okay, so Gemini 2.0, Google's calling it a giant leap forward and designed for this, quote, agentic era of AI. What does that even mean?
Okay, so in a nutshell, agentic era means AI that can take action. Like instead of just understanding stuff, Gemini 2.0 is built to take all kinds of input text, images, videos, all of it, and then it doesn't just process it, it can actually reason about it and generate new stuff. We're talking images, multilingual audio, wild, right?
Whoa, okay, so it's not just understanding, it's actually creating. That's a lot.
Yeah.
Can you give me some concrete examples, though? Like, how would a marketer actually use this?
Sure, imagine like personalized ad copy and visuals, but like perfectly tailored to what each individual user wants. Gemini just whips it up on the fly.
That would be insane.
Right. Or think about chatbots that can switch between text and voice totally seamlessly. Gives customers a supernatural, personalized experience.
Okay, yeah, starting to get the picture. And I saw in the source material that Google's already putting Gemini into search with those AI overviews.
Yep, and as Gemini 2.0 gets better, those overviews will handle even more complex stuff. Like, it could totally change how we do keyword research and SEO.
That makes sense. But, gotta be honest, I'm always a bit skeptical with this stuff. Google's, had some AI fumbles lately. Even our source mentioned those comically poor AI overviews. Should marketers really buy into the hype again?
I get it. Healthy skepticism is good. But with this one, there are signs they're serious. Like, they're pouring money into it, developing custom AI chips, Trillium, that are now available to their customers.
Oh, okay.
And the fact that they're rolling it out in search and their Gemini app, that shows some confidence, right?
True. But on a more human level, there's tons of anxiety about AI taking over jobs. I saw one comment on Reddit. Someone was literally saying they're worried about becoming obsolete.
That's real. Those fears are valid. But I think instead of fearing obsolescence, we should be focusing on, like, how to use these tools to our advantage.
I love that.
Yeah, like the marketers who can really master AI, they're going to be in high demand. This is a chance to upskill and stay ahead.
Okay, I'm feeling more optimistic already. So should we dive into that Performance Max update now?
Yeah, let's switch gears.
Perfect.
Okay, so remember how Performance Max has been a bit of a black box, right? Like limited control over negative keywords, lots of frustration.
Ugh, yes. It's been a struggle. So much for automation making things easier.
Well, guess what? Search Engine Land reported that campaign-level negative keywords are finally rolling out in beta.
Oh, thank goodness. That is huge. I bet marketers are doing a happy dance right now.
Right. But gotta add a little bit of a reality check here. Seems like the rollout's pretty slow. The article mentioned some advertisers still haven't even seen it in their accounts yet.
Oh, man. So
No.
close yet so far.
And it's still beta. Full rollout isn't expected until, get this, 2025.
2025. Seriously. Okay, fine. We'll be patient. But seriously, why is this update such a big deal?
Think about it this way. More control, more granular control over where your ads show up. No more wasted spend on those totally irrelevant searches.
Ah, yes. No more budget drain from people searching for blue widgets when you sell, like, handcrafted pottery.
Exactly. And that means better performance overall, right? Ads actually reach the right people. And, it just gives marketers more peace of mind. We can finally fine-tune that targeting, even with all of Performance Max's automation.
It's the little things, right? Feeling like you have a little bit more control. The article did mention a tip, though. If you're absolutely desperate for this feature, like need it now, apparently, you could try contacting your Google Ads account manager. They might be able to add those negative keywords manually.
Yeah, it's worth a shot, especially if you're seeing those irrelevant searches really hurting your campaign performance.
Okay, so we've got the shiny, new AI and the more down-to-earth Performance Max update. But I want to bring in something else that's been buzzing in the marketing world. the Google algorithm leak.
Mhm.
Have you had a chance to dig into that?
Oh, yeah, definitely. Super interesting stuff. It basically pulled back the curtain on how Google ranks websites.
Yeah, and some of it was honestly pretty surprising.
Right. Like, remember how we used to talk about optimizing individual pages? Well, now it's all about this site-wide authority.
Okay, yeah, I've heard that term thrown around, but what does it actually mean? Like, how do we actually show Google that our entire website is, worthy?
Good question. So imagine Google's looking at your site as a whole, not just a couple of scar pages, but like the entire thing. They want to see effort, engagement, real expertise. Basically, they're saying, hey, put in the work to build a site that's informative, engaging, and user-friendly, and we'll reward you.
So it's about the big picture, not just playing the keyword game.
Exactly. It's about the whole package now. The technical side, like site speed and mobile friendliness, the content quality, how you're interacting with your audience, it's a lot.
Okay, break it down for me. What are some, actionable things marketers can actually do to boost that site-wide authority?
All right, so number one, content. Focus on creating stuff that's actually valuable to your audience. And I mean really valuable. Think in-depth articles, original research, expert interviews, content that AI can't just spit out.
It's about showing Google you're putting in the effort, not just churning out the same old stuff.
Yep. Right. And don't forget visuals, high-quality images and videos, stuff that complements your content, not just generic stock photos.
Yeah, good point. Visuals make a huge difference in how engaging content is, and how shareable it is, too.
Definitely. Another thing, and this seems basic, but it's crucial, site structure. Make sure your site is super easy to navigate, clear calls to action, logical internal linking.
Think about it like you're a visitor, right? Can they find what they need easily? Does the information make sense?
Exactly. And mobile optimization is huge, obviously. Google's all about that mobile-first indexing now. Your website needs to look amazing and work perfectly on every device.
No excuses.
Exactly. And backlinks are still important, but the leak confirmed that Google's getting way better at spotting those spammy, toxic links. So quality over quantity, for sure.
So no more trying to game the system with shady link-building schemes.
Nope. Think of it like writing a research paper. You'd rather cite a legit journal article than some random blog, right? Google wants those high-authority links, sites they trust.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
So how do we actually get those high-quality backlinks?
It's all about relationships, honestly. Build connections with other reputable sites in your niche. Guest blogging, collaborating on content, attending industry events. These are all ways to earn those backlinks naturally.
It's about being part of the community, not just trying to manipulate algorithms.
Exactly. And speaking of connections, don't underestimate entity mentions.
Entity mentions, what are those?
So these are basically mentions of your brand or website anywhere online, even if there's no direct link. Google's getting really good at understanding the context of these mentions. They're using their knowledge graph, that massive database of entities, to figure out who's being talked about and what people are saying.
So even if a blog post just mentions your brand in a positive light, Google's paying attention.
Yep. It's all part of building that entity authority, which is apparently becoming a big deal for SEO.
Wow, okay. This is a lot to take in. It feels like, with this leak and everything else that's going on, we're in the middle of a massive shift in how we approach digital marketing.
We are. And that's why all this AI stuff is so crucial. Remember how we were talking about needing new skills?
Yeah, can't ignore it. So how do we navigate this AI-powered world, practically speaking? What do we need to be doing now?
First, I think we need a mindset shift. Stop seeing AI as the scary thing that's going to take our jobs, and start seeing it as a chance to work smarter.
I like that. An opportunity.
Right. We can automate those boring, time-consuming tasks and free up our time for more strategic, creative work, the stuff that AI can't do.
Okay, how do we actually do that?
Well, first, think about your workflow. What are those tasks that AI could handle? Like writing the first drafts of blog posts, doing keyword research, scheduling social media posts, analyzing data.
So instead of trying to do everything ourselves, we let AI handle the grunt work.
Exactly. Think of AI as your superpowered assistant. It does the stuff you don't want to do, leaving you to focus on the work you're actually passionate about.
I love that. But I think a lot of marketers are still hesitant about using AI. Maybe they're scared of losing control, or they just don't know where to start.
I get it. But the best way to overcome that hesitation is to just jump in and experiment. There are so many cool AI tools out there now, and a lot of them are free or super affordable.
Okay, so baby steps. What's one thing marketers can try, like today, to dip their toes into AI?
Start simple. Like, use a grammar checker or a plagiarism detector. Those can help improve your content quality, and they're a good way to get comfortable with AI.
Perfect. What about the more advanced tools, though? The ones that can, like, actually generate content or analyze data?
Those are powerful tools, but use them strategically. Don't just let AI do everything. Think of it as a collaboration. AI gives you a starting point, then you edit, refine, add your own expertise, make sure it's something you're proud of.
So it's a partnership, not a takeover.
Exactly. Find that balance between human and machine intelligence. We guide the AI, not the other way around.
Love that. But, we can't ignore the concerns around AI, like ethics, bias. These are real issues.
Absolutely. We have to use these tools responsibly. We have to be aware of the potential for bias, and we need to be proactive about mitigating those biases.
It's not just about the technical side, it's about the ethical implications, too.
Right. We need to be asking those tough questions, like how do we make sure AI is used for good? How do we prevent it from making existing inequalities even worse?
These are questions for everyone, not just marketers.
Absolutely. This requires collaboration. Marketers, ethicists, data scientists, policymakers, we all need to work together to make sure AI is developed and used in a way that benefits everyone.
Well said. And speaking of collaboration, that was another key point in that algorithm leak, the importance of teamwork.
Oh, yeah, totally. That leak showed how interconnected all these different SEO factors are. It's not about focusing on just one thing. You need a holistic approach that considers every aspect of your website and your marketing strategy.
So no more silos between content, SEO, and social media teams.
Exactly. We need to be working together, sharing insights, coordinating, all working towards the same goal.
Sounds great in theory, but in practice, that can be tough. A lot of organizations still have those silos, with different teams barely talking to each other.
I know, it's a challenge. But it's a challenge we need to overcome if we want to succeed in this new AI-powered world.
So how do we break down those silos and make collaboration actually happen?
Well, first, create opportunities for cross-team communication. Regular meetings, sharing data and insights, working together on projects that need input from different teams.
It's about building relationships and trust, and remembering we're all on the same team, working towards the same goals.
Right, and honestly, I think AI can actually help with this. By automating those tasks that used to keep us siloed, AI frees up our time so we can focus on more strategic, collaborative work.
Interesting. So AI isn't just about replacing jobs. It's actually about helping us work together more effectively.
Exactly. And that's why I'm honestly excited about the future of digital marketing. I think we're on the verge of a huge transformation, one that will let us create more meaningful experiences for our audiences.
I'm feeling optimistic too. But we can't forget that there are going to be challenges. The AI landscape is constantly changing, and we need to be ready to adapt.
Oh, absolutely. But that's part of the fun, right? We're pioneers in a new frontier. We get to shape the future of digital marketing.
Love that. So let's embrace the challenge, experiment, and keep learning. Because this AI revolution is just getting started.
Couldn't agree more. And with all this talk of change and updates, remember those Google Core updates that rolled out recently? The speed at which they happened, especially that December one right after the November one, was wild.
Yeah, it definitely caught my attention. It seems like Google's really hitting the gas with those algorithm updates.
Right. It shows they're prioritizing rapid improvement, even if it means more frequent updates and maybe some volatility in the search results.
So how are we supposed to keep up with these lightning-fast changes?
Agility. We need to be agile, adaptable, and always learning. We can't just sit back and wait for Google to tell us what to do. We got to be proactive, testing new strategies, and constantly refining our approach.
Okay, so it's all about staying ahead of the curve.
Exactly. And one of the best ways to do that is to pay really close attention to what Google's saying, not just in their announcements, but in their actions too.
Right, because sometimes actions speak louder than words.
For example, they keep talking about helpful, reliable, people-first content. That's their official line, right?
Yeah, I think I've heard that a few hundred times.
But what does people first even mean anymore? With all this AI development, it might soon mean content that works seamlessly with AI, not just content for people.
Whoa, mind blown. So we need to be thinking about how to optimize content for both humans and AI.
Exactly. And this is where things get really interesting for content creators. Remember that page quality metric, PQ, that was revealed in the leak?
P2. Refresh my memory.
Well, it seems to use a large language model, an LLM, to actually judge how much effort went into creating a piece of content.
So it's not just about keywords and links anymore. It's about the actual quality of the writing, the research, the thought that went into it.
Yep. Things like the use of tools, images, videos, unique information. They might even have built-in AI detection technology.
Wow, that's crazy. It's like Google's trying to separate the real human-created content from the stuff that's just been churned out by AI.
Right, and this is why I think all that fear about AI taking over is a bit misplaced. AI is powerful, but it's still just a tool. What Google seems to be rewarding is the combination of human expertise and AI assistance.
We bring the strategy, the creativity, the understanding of our audience, and AI helps us do it all better and faster.
Exactly. The leak also highlighted the importance of image quality. They're using things like image quality click signals to figure out how useful, visually appealing, and engaging images are.
So no more slapping any old stock photo onto your blog post.
Right. Use high-quality, authentic images that actually add value.
It all comes back to effort, right? If you're putting effort into your content, put effort into your visuals too.
Makes sense. Now, here's something that might surprise people. Content freshness. We've known for a while that Google likes recently updated content, but the leak revealed two specific systems, SegIndexer and TerraGoogle, that are really interesting.
Tell me more.
Okay, so SegIndexer seems to categorize pages based on things like quality, relevance, and freshness. It's how Google decides which documents are the most important for each search.
So it's like Google's quality control team.
Right. And then there's TerraGoogle, which is a whole separate system for content that isn't accessed very often.
So even those less popular pages still have a chance to be found.
Exactly. It shows that Google is constantly working to deliver the most relevant results. It's not just about what's new, it's about what's actually useful to the person searching.
That makes sense. Speaking of useful, what about those chart scores? Those were a big part of the leak too.
Ah, yes, chart scores. These are super fascinating. They basically predict how good a website or page is based on its content. They look at things like user engagement and content depth to give like a holistic quality score.
So if you've got a high chart score, it's like Google's giving you a gold star. It means you've created something valuable, engaging, and well-maintained.
Right, Google's looking for that effort. And chart scores are one way they're measuring it.
Wow, okay. So we've covered a lot today. New AI, algorithm leaks, the need for collaboration, ethical considerations.
A lot to digest. Hopefully you're feeling energized and inspired by what's happening in the digital marketing world.
Definitely. The AI revolution is here. And it's not about replacing us, it's about helping us do our jobs even better.
Exactly.
So let's embrace the challenge, experiment with new tools, and keep learning.
Absolutely. Who knows what amazing innovations are coming next?
It's an exciting time to be a digital marketer.
For sure.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive. Hopefully you're leaving feeling informed, inspired, and ready to tackle whatever changes come our way in this crazy digital world.
Until next time.
Okay, so we've unpacked a ton about AI and digital marketing, all these shifts happening from Google's Gemini 2.0 to that algorithm leak. And it's clear AI is getting more and more embedded in our digital lives.
Yeah, no doubt. Like, it's already woven into so much of what we do online, and it's only going to get more intense.
Exactly. And we've talked about specific steps marketers can take, to adapt and stuff. But zooming out for a second, where is all this heading?
Big question, right? And honestly, the stuff we've been looking at, it offers some clues, like Google's focus on agentic AI with Gemini. That suggests a future where AI isn't just a tool, it's more like a collaborator.
A collaborator. Interesting. What would that actually look like?
Think about those research projects Google's working on. Project Astra, an AI assistant for your phone and glasses. Project Mariner, that interacts with your web browser. And Jules, an AI that can code. These aren't just like cool demos, they're little glimpses into a world where AI is just there, part of everything we do.
It's like AI becomes an extension of ourselves, helping us navigate the digital world.
Exactly. And then add in what we learned from the leak. Google prioritizing site-wide authority, engagement, quality content. It all paints a pretty clear picture.
What kind of picture?
Well, think about it. A digital world where AI is used to make things better for users. It helps us find the most relevant, valuable stuff. It makes the web more useful, more enjoyable. Imagine search results that are hyper-personalized to what you want. Content tailored to your interests. Finding the info you need without having to sift through a million irrelevant pages.
Okay, that sounds pretty amazing. But we got to be real. There are potential downsides. Like, remember that Reddit comment, someone worried about AI taking their job? That's a valid concern.
Totally valid. We can't just ignore the impact AI could have on jobs. Some tasks will be automated and some jobs might disappear. But historically, when technology changes, new jobs and industries pop up. We just got to adapt.
So focus on those skills that AI can't replicate, right? Creativity, strategy, empathy, critical thinking.
Those are the skills that'll be even more valuable in an AI-powered world. As machines take over the routine stuff, we can focus on what humans do best.
It's not about being replaced. It's about working alongside AI, using it to make us better.
Exactly. We need to be the ones in control, understanding AI's limits, its biases, the things it can mess up.
And having those conversations about the ethical side of AI, right? Making sure it's used for good, preventing discrimination, protecting privacy.
Big questions, no easy answers. But these are things we have to think about as we move into this AI-powered future.
It's not just a tech challenge. It's a human one. We need to decide what role we want AI to play in our lives.
Something that struck me going through these sources was this theme of effort, excellence. Whether it's Google rewarding high-quality content or developers pushing AI to its limits, the bar keeps getting higher.
Like we're collectively striving to create something truly exceptional, both in the tech itself and how we use it.
Right, and that's what's so exciting. We have this chance to use AI to build a better future, not just for some, but for everyone.
Powerful stuff. So let's embrace the challenge. Let's experiment, keep learning, because this is just the beginning.
Who knows what incredible things are coming next? It's definitely an exciting time to be in digital marketing.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive. We hope you're feeling informed, inspired, and ready to face whatever comes next in this crazy digital world. We'll see you next time.
See them?